Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm not gonna go over all that again, but I was not recording. That's hilarious. Jeannie, you're my accountability person next time. Make sure I record before I start chit-chatting.
I got so entranced in what you were saying, I didn't even look to see if you were recording. So I'll make sure I do that number one when I come on the next time.
I thank you so much. You are so incredibly helpful. I know, yeah, you're just amazing. I appreciate that. So I'm glad that we're recording. So real quick, a recap. Today, we're going to be talking about three things, which are going to be the customer buying process, the breaking point that we got to that made us want to buy into online education so that we could start an online business to wrap it around our passions and purpose in life. And we're also going to cover the tangibility test, which is going to take your social media from humdrum, oh, I wonder what I'm going to post about today, to I just can't wait to post. I wish that, hey, Artie, thanks for joining. Eric, thanks for joining. I want to say that, oh my goodness, I just can't contain myself. I can't wait to post. This is going to be awesome. And that's going to be the tangibility test. And not only is it going to be like a change in the way your heart is working, but it's also going to be a change in how you actually are able to connect with the customer. And that's what most people who don't get people who buy from you is because you're not making a connection with your customer. They're not feeling a relationship with you. Good morning, Artie. They're not actually participating two ways here. They're just seeing you online and immediately scrolling past because this guy didn't make a connection with me. He he doesn't even understand the world I'm in. Okay? So basically, when you learn the tangibility test, there's a ChatGPT prompt that I'll be giving you. And basically how it will work is it'll take you from talking to a customer like this. Hi, I'm Alan. I got three kids and I live in Nebraska and I like to eat corn and I like to go for walks in nature. And if you were watching that on a TikTok post, you would have been checking out after, hi, I'm Alan, right? It's like, hello, what is this guy talking about? I don't care. I don't have time for this. I'm scrolling, I'm decompressing. I'm not gonna listen to this guy. You go from that to this. If you're in a dead end job and you're on your lunch hour, listen up because if you miss this, you're going to miss millions of dollars of value. When I built this stupid house around me right here, I call it a house because that's what it feels like. It's more of a prison. I spent $3,000 on this so I could work from home, so I could be around my children that are 5 feet away from me. And that was the problem. They were 5 feet away from me. I wanted to bust down this door and go be with them all the time, but I couldn't because I had to work overtime. Okay. And I was working on Christmas Day. I missed the day that my daughter walked for the first time because I had to work and I had to get the bills paid. Is that you? Put me in the comments. I have a way that can change your life. If I would have told myself this years ago, I would have saved myself decades of pain. And now I can help you as well to build an automated business around your own passion. Is that something you want so you can be a present parent so that you'll never ever have to regret the years of being without your kids? You only get 18 summers, and that's it. That's all you get. What summer are you on before your kids move away? If you want to change, put me in the comments. We'll see you inside. Was that quite different? A little bit different, right? Now, that's just coming out of me. I didn't script that, but it's the same thing that I basically say on every message that I have on TikTok, on YouTube, and all that. Did you feel a connection with that? Quite different, right? Than, oh, I'm in Nebraska and I hope the Cornhuskers win tomorrow. Happy New Year. I mean, it's like, come on. When you get this transformation, you can't help but be excited. You can't help but be like, I'm not faking the animation. That's real. This is real, energy. This is real, you just listen to me. You need to listen to me. You need to listen to me because if you don't, this is what's going to happen. I did another video real quick where I was like, you know, I know you think that you have a perfect plan, that you're going to retire from home because you're going to get this job where you're going to work for home and you're going to make all this money. But let me tell you why you're wrong. Here's three reasons. One, you're going to get a job. You're going to build a little tiny apartment like this. I call it a home prison is what I call it. And you're going to think you're going to make all this money. But in reality, your job is going to change the rules halfway through the year. And they're going to actually say they're going to take away all your commission if you take one phone call wrong. And by the way, it's subjective. They can do it whenever they want. Number two, there's going to be a hurricane that's going to hit your territory and you're not going to even be able to sell. And you know what they're going to do? Instead of getting rid of that month, they're going to write you up. And guess what? The write up never goes away. It's permanently on your record. Did you know that's going to happen? And number three, you're going to be 5 feet away from your kids because you're working from home. You're going to wish you could bust down that door, go run out there and give them a hug and just go play Jenga with them. You're going to hear them laughing in the other room, and you're going to wish you could go over there, but you can't because you're stuck here working on Christmas Day. Do you want that? Do you think you have the perfect plan? So if you're listening, and put me in the comments right now. I'll tell you what really works. I wish I had known this 3 years ago. I wish I had known this 3 years ago. Because what will happen is if you put an automated business in place where I can teach you all the steps, I will send you an email. We can talk through email, me and you directly, and I will tell you what step by step how to start your own business so that it can be running on automation, so it can be running while you're sleeping. You can be making money while you're sleeping. Would you like to be awake and alert, snug, or sleeping next to your wife, snuggling while you're making money? Or so you're actually a prison parent? Yes or no? Put me in the comments. I'll see you on the inside. Okay? Totally different type of post, right? Did anyone feel connected on that? Okay. So basically, that was a post that I would say is in like the second part of the buyer's process, which we'll get to in a second. Okay. And I want to also like, let me get this in the chat here real quick. And I'm going to get into the content real quick here. But so we're going to cover first is going to be the 3 stages of the customer buying process. Okay. And then, so we're going to go into that right now. Let me get my notes up here. Hello, notes. Where are you? Bear with me here. How was New Year's for everybody? Pretty good. Awesome. Stellar good. You're like, Alan, we don't want to talk about three. We want to talk about what is the training? That's good. Fayetteville, Florida. Oh, that's good. You went to church. That's awesome. That's great. Was there a good message? What did they cover? Here it is. I found it.
Changes to make this year.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's always a good thing um to get a message on New Year's. The churches do such a good job setting the tone. All right, you guys can click on this here and open it up in the chat. Let me know if you can see that and then make a copy. Okay. Don't request to change it. Hit make a copy at the top. Do you guys see it? Are you able to open it up? We're good. Thumbs up.
Alan, it's saying you need access, request access.
Okay, let me change that. You're not able to open it up at all? Okay.
No.
Okay, let me unlock it here. It's restricted, that's why. Okay. Let me repost it in his chat here. Hang on, Artie. You're gonna like this. Hold on. All right, try that again now. Should be unrestricted now. All right, so there's 3 steps to the customer buying experience. There are awareness,
There it
consideration.
is.
Awesome. Awareness, consideration, and decision. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. All right. All right. All right. I don't know if I really need that there. I think I can get rid of that. Okay, good deal. All right. Let me bump this up. Can you all see my screen? Okay. Make sure you make a copy, okay? Don't try to change this. This is mine. So make a copy. Okay, so we're going to start right here, and here's a breakdown. Here's the big idea. So people don't usually buy because they're being spoken right at. People don't usually buy because they're being spoken at in the wrong stage. You know, if you meet people in the stage where they're actually at, you will sell more. A lot of people do certain types of content where they're not matching up with one of these three stages, which is awareness, consideration, and decision. Okay. Because if you do a post that would have someone make a decision, like, are you going to buy from me? But they don't even know who you are, they're not going to buy. Okay. And if you ask someone to make a decision to buy and they're just considering what you're offering and they've been looking at it, but they're not quite sure they want to do it yet, they're not going to buy. Okay. But if you make it an ask, after they know who you are, they like you, they trust you, and then, hey, all right, here we go. Now we're talking. And then at that point, if they've already done all the research, then they're gonna buy as soon as you ask them to buy. Okay, so that's the three stages of the customer buying process. 1, 2, 3. You've got to decide what stage are they on, what stage are you going to be speaking to the customers, and you need to be cycling through those stages on all of your social media. Okay, so like the two examples of posts that I just did, like when I was talking out loud, I would actually put those on the consideration phase. Okay. And I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example right now of decision. It's totally different. Okay. So here's a decision social media post. All right, it's the new year. It's new you. You can't wait anymore. Do you want to lose money or not? Hit me in the comments if you want to join me in my free school community. You know me, you like me, you've been seeing me. You know that I talk about discovering your purpose in life. Now, are you ready to do that? I have an offer that you can't resist. And I know you hear that a lot. It's cliche, but here's the truth. If you hit me in the comments for the next 3 people only, I'm going to unlock my mastermind, which is $2,500 in value. And you're going to get it at just 100. That's it. But I'm only going to take 3 people for that. Hit me in the comments. We'll see you inside my school community. Did that sound different? It was just like, let's go. Are you going to buy or not? You already know me. You've already been following me. What are you waiting for? Get off your duff. Let's go. Right? There ain't no messing around. There is no honeymoon phase anymore. It's just like, are you going to buy for me or not? You know, I seen you post, oh, I love your comment. Don't you love that when people like on your social media, and hey, I love you all if you're doing this, but it's like, hey, great post, or wow, that was really good, but then they don't buy. Like, what the heck, you know? Isn't that frustrating, right, Artie? How many times have we done those response videos on TikTok? It was like, well, hey, John, thank you for saying yes. You want to join. Here's how you do it. Go up here and then click on my bio, and then they don't buy. It's like, what? Yeah, really, that's for real. That happens all the time. It's like, why did you even why did you even reply to my post? Why? And by the way, in a different business engine, I'm going to go over a strategy on how to convert those people, but not on this one. So, but anyway, here we go. So awareness. This is like, let me flip my screen around for TikTok so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. 1 second, flip camera. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your patience. There we go. Can you see that okay, guys, on TikTok? I appreciate you a ton. Okay, here we go. So, all right. So, awareness. Step 1. Sometimes something feels off, you know? Like, this is what the buyer is thinking in their mind. Like, oh, you know, like, let's see here. Somebody in the chat, give me an example of something that you would want to buy. Anything. It could be at Omaha Steaks. It could be whatever. It could be something that you got a problem with in life. What is something that you would want to buy? What's something that you currently want to buy that in your life you're like, oh, you know, something isn't right. I wish I could have something to fix that. An e-bike. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, Zoe. I'm going to go with that. So, all right. Something isn't right in my life. I'm out of shape. I wish that I could find the right type of e-bike. You know, like what is an e-bike anyway? Is that an electronic bike? Is that like like a bike that goes inside your house? Is that what an e-bike is? No, what's an e-bike? I don't even know what an e-bike is. Zoe, what's an e-bike?
It's like a regular bike assisted with electricity, so you don't have to pedal as much.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I think I know where that person was going. So I wish I had a bike that would assist me, so I wouldn't because I have problems with my ankles or something, right? That's why you would use an e-bike. Okay, so there's something wrong. What's wrong is that that person has a problem with their ankles, but they're not quite sure how to fix it. Okay. And they're also looking for the right type of bike because everything, everything's expensive. They got different, whatever. So I might have a problem, but I'm not sure. That's another thing they might be thinking. Like, oh, I'm not really that overweight. I'm like 20 pounds overweight. Maybe I'm okay. I'm not sure. And then they might also be like not even looking yet to buy. They might have just like ate a whole bunch of food and they're like, okay, yeah, it's all good. I'm just fine. I feel good. I'm gonna take a food coma. It's like whatever. And they might not even realize they have a problem. They like feel friction, or they could feel a lot of friction. They could have a lot of stress, pain, or confusion. They want understanding. They don't want to be sold. They don't want a solution. They want to understand what the problem is. They want at this point, they want to go to the doctor. They're like, hey, doctor, what's wrong with my ankles? You think anyone's going to buy from people? They're not going to buy from you if they don't even know what the problem is. So do not sell them. Do not pitch them your product or offer. And do not ever talk about features. I hardly ever talk about features ever, to be honest. It's all about transformation. That's what you should be talking about. You're not selling features. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You're selling transformation. That's what you're guiding people on a transformation. That's what you're guiding them on. Okay, so these kind of posts are usually those 5-second posts you see on TikTok where they're like, and it's some catchy music in the background, and then they have text that you read. Okay, that's an awareness post. You don't want to spend much time on that. You just want to be like, those are 5-second posts, literally. And you can put them on YouTube, you can put them on Instagram, you can put them anywhere. And they're just a person. They could be a person going down a hill on a slide, sliding down a hill. Don't you want life like this? That's it. It's like putting a seed. You're planting a seed. They're the easiest type of post. You could do 1,000 of these in like an hour because they're so easy. And you just tailor it to your business. Like James and Missy, you could show a picture of some people fighting, like for your relationship stuff. And then you'd be like, don't you want something better? That's an awareness post right there. Okay. And you're not going into how you get the better relationship. You're not going into how they can join your community in school. You're not doing that. You're just like, hey, by the way, you got a problem. You guys are fighting. Don't you want a better way? And that's it. Okay. That's awareness. And what happens is you shine a light on the problem. You're going to agitate the pain. And wait a minute. They're going to stop their scroll because, wait a minute, I just fought with my wife last night. You know what I mean? And then you're going to use stories, questions, education, and you're going to help them say, yeah, that's me. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's me. That's the whole goal of this stage, for them to become aware of their problem. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, consideration. Now we're going to go to the next stage. And 2 of the 3 social media examples I gave you are in the consideration. You got it. You're welcome, James and Missy. So consideration is the next step where you're like, okay, I got a problem. I'm just going to stay on Missy and James for a little bit. Okay, I got a problem with my marriage. It sucks. Okay. So thanks for like making me feel bad. Okay, I should probably watch the next video to see what I do, right? So now you're going to go into consideration. They're going to, what are my options? Who can I trust? Now that's big. I'm so glad you're here, James and Missy, because this is a big one. Who the heck are you going to trust will fix your relationship, right? You can't just go to some like witch doctor, or you're not going to go to a dentist typically to fix your marriage. I mean, they might be a good dentist, who knows? But you're probably going to go to a relationship counselor or somebody like James and Missy, who have a relationship community here in school. And then key characteristics is they're actually in research mode. They've been going on Google. They've been finding out, how the heck do I fix my marriage? am I going to get a divorce? How do I prevent divorce? These are some of the things that they're probably Googling. Okay. You want to use vidIQ to figure that out. And then that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother training for that. But anyway, look for credibility and integrity. So when they see James and Missy and they're like, oh, look at these people. They're so happy. I want that. That builds credibility. That builds authority. And they're like, maybe there's something to these guys. And then they'll watch about 22 to 39 of your posts and they won't do a single thing. Because this is just how marketing works. Unless you are like Tide or Gecko, the Geico Gecko, right? Even them, how many Geico Gecko commercials did you watch before you actually even thought about buying their insurance? Probably 39. The average marketing firm will do 39 impressions on a customer before they even get to the consideration phase. So think of that. That's why you can do the same social media post in different variations 1,000 times and it's effective every time, because you are going to say it slightly different each time. And they're going to be, you're just getting that impressions. You're getting the impressions. You're getting the impressions. That's so important. What works here is education that goes deeper, explaining the benefits, not just the features. And that's what I was talking about. The benefits are actually the transformation. Like with James and Missy, they're just great. I'm so glad you're here. This is a great example. So the transformation is you could go from being about on the brink of divorce to having the most vibrant, loving relationship ever, where you're listening to each other, where you can't wait, where you're going to bed each night, holding each other's hands and saying what you're thankful for. And you're just sleeping the best you've ever slept. Wouldn't you like to sleep better at night? Do you feel that transformation? I mean, you know what I mean? That's what you're selling. It's not even selling. You're just loving someone. You're serving them. That's the truth of it. And then if you have case studies, examples, comparisons, like James and Missy could be like, here's 32 people that we're on the brink of getting, we're getting the brink of divorce, and now they've got generational kids and whatever. And however you're measuring your case study, show consistency and showing up all the time and authority. So this is big. So if you're on YouTube, or if you're on especially TikTok, you got to post 2 to 3 times a day. Because if you don't show up 2 to 3 times a day, whoever is following you is going to stop following you. Because, man, this guy can't even show up twice a day to talk to me. So I'm out. I'm going to go find someone else to follow. That's exactly how they work. Because this is just the world that they live in. That's how TikTok works. All right. You do not want to rush them into buying, because it's like, man, this is so good. It's like, hey, my name's Alan. Do you want to get married? No. I don't want to marry you. I just learned your name. That you don't want to rush that. And then you don't want to disappear or stop posting, which I just said. And you don't want to be vague. You don't want to stay vague. You want to be like, okay, you know what? There was a time in my life when I was about to get in the car, drive away, and I was going to spend a week away from my wife. I couldn't stand how nagging she was. She had actually thrown some dishes at me, and I thought, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I wasn't ready to divorce her yet, but I had to just separate myself physically from her. See how specific that was? And that might have been something that really happened. So you don't want to be vague. Like, oh, I was having fights with my wife all the time, and I thought I better go get counseling. Who cares? Why would you react to that? When you do the first example, then boom, there's like an immediate instant connection, right? Like that wasn't even a real example, but you kind of felt like it was, right? All right. So position yourself as a trusted guide. Don't be a sales. Now, if you're in my mastermind, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about sales. Because let me trust me. I have been in 3 programs. I have done multiple recreations of my own sales process. If you're not in my mastermind yet, you want to consider it. It's only $250 a month is all it is. But I'm going to teach you how to do sales. And I'm going to actually teach you how to find your life purpose. And I'm going to actually help you how to fund it. And I'm going to go over 11 other things. I'm going to teach you how to preach the gospel in a way that people never fall away from their faith, that has no pressure on you. These are just some of the things that I'm going to cover in my mastermind. So anyway, that's another day. Just doing a little commercial here. Decision. This is the cream de la crop. And I got to speed up the pace here because I'm not covering enough content. I may have to do another business engine to cover everything. But the buyer decision is he's thinking, I'm ready. This is like a baby, a month 9 or whatever. Like the baby's ready to come out. Okay. Just help me. Just help me choose. And I need confidence to move forward. They're at a breaking point themselves that they're ready to go. Okay. They are ready to go. And so all that to say, all right. This is the point where they've already done their research. They've already checked out 10 different psychologists, and they're like, no, I'm going to go with James and Missy because they're amazing. Okay, you've already built the trust with them. Emotion plays a big role in this because they're sad. This could be the breaking point. You might do a post James and Missy, and literally they're like, God, they'll be in their closet. They'll be like, God, if you don't tell me how to get out of this hell that I'm in with my wife and she's so terrible, or my husband is so terrible, I am going to divorce them tomorrow. I'm going to the lawyer tomorrow. God, show me a way. That's a person who's ready to buy. And those are the people you need to show up for. Now imagine there's 1,000 of those people and you are talking to them and they're in their closet praying for you. That's the difference. When you do I'm going to invite you a decision post, that's your mindset. Think about that. Let that sink in. Call to actions are clear and get to it. Like, okay, let's go. Stop. You're going to die tomorrow if you don't follow me. Okay, this is a little bit extreme, but what if you got ran over by a bus tomorrow? Would you go to heaven? That's about a call to action if you haven't heard of it before. By the way, that's not how you want to do it. When you're leading someone to the Lord, by the way, that is the biggest. There's a lot of crusades that do it that way, and it's the wrong way to do it. And boy, I got a story for another day about that, but I want to stay on track. Yeah, because let me just tease it. I was involved in a crusade that had over 300,000 people that were in Omaha, Nebraska. 5,000 came to the Lord. We didn't know where they were a day later. We didn't know if they were in the kingdom or not. I'm going to talk about that in a whole different meeting. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's go. All right, so don't keep educating endlessly. Don't feature dump. Don't delay the ask. Okay. All of those things I did in that last example where I was like, hey, I got 3 people. Are you in or not? Let's go. This should be pretty much like a 30-second video is all it should be. You're just like, here's the door. It's open. Are you going to go through it or not? Okay, bye. I'll see you when you're ready. No problem. That's a call to action. That's a decision-making social media post. All right. Why most content fails? People pitch awareness and they look pushy. Okay. If you're pitching if you're trying to get someone to buy Legacy Builder, or you're trying to get them to join your community before they even know who you are, they're just going to be like, this guy's pushy. Forget this. I don't like this guy. If you are trying to educate when someone's ready to buy, they're not going to buy. Think about it. They're in the closet saying, Lord, help me. And you're like, by the way, I have an automated business and it does this. And if you want to be making money while you're sleeping, if you want to be blah, blah, blah. No, you don't want to feature dump. They're not going to buy. You talk them out of the sale. And then the right message at the wrong timing equals missed opportunities. Sales problems are usually timing problems. They're not product problems. Your product is perfect. Your presentation and the time that when you say what you say is what the problem is. And also, if you're not solving a problem, you're not going to make any money. That's the bottom line. If you're chasing money, you're not going to make money. If you're helping people solve a problem, money will be the byproduct of that. Let me say that one more time, because this is like a concept that I had to marinate on for weeks. If you're chasing money to make money, you're not going to make money. You're going to come off desperate. You're going to always hit people in the wrong stage of the buying process. If you try to figure out what the problem is with the 5 why exercise we're going to get to in a moment, and you get down to the core problem, you will make so much money you won't know what to do with it because you're solving a problem. Business. What is a business? Does anyone have an idea what a business is? What most people define a business? Any guesses? A business is simply a bunch of people working together to solve a problem. That's all a business is. That's why businesses make money. If businesses aren't tied around a core problem, they're not going to make money. You don't make money from making money. You make money from solving a problem. If you solve a problem, a very specific problem, you will make more money than you know what to do with. Okay. Core problem, core principle to remember. Number one, know you. Number two, like you. Number three, trust you. I should put a number four, buy from you. That's exactly how it works. They have to know you, like you, trust you. It's that easy. Well, it's not easy at all. But guiding buyers is like shepherding. It's not dragging. That's big. You meet them where they are, you lead them to the next step, and then trust comes before commitment all the time. They're not going to commit to you. None of you would be on this call with me right now on TikTok, on YouTube, and here on Zoom. None of you would be on this call right now if you didn't know me, like me, trust me. Why would you give your time up on a Saturday morning? All of those things happen for you. That's why you're here. You got to respect the buyer's journey. Sales have to feel natural. They will become when you do it natural in the way that I'm describing, it will be more ethical. You'll feel better about yourself. You will sleep good at night. All right. So that concludes our training on the 3 customer buyings. Before we move on, is there anyone who has like a 30-second question or less? You can come off of mute. Is there anything that I didn't cover very well on those 3 stages of the customer buying? Anyone have any questions? Everyone's clear? Okay, awesome. All right, forever hold your peace. Zoe, I'm glad you have a cat and a hamster. That's great. Yeah, man, these people on YouTube crack me up. All right. So we're gonna go into. I'm gonna skip this, and I'm gonna go to the end to the 5 whys first, and then we'll come back to the tangibility test. You'll want to stay for the tangibility test. It's good. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna cover this quicker because the tangibility test takes longer. That's why I want to knock this one out. Now, the 5 why exercise is very simple. You're going to ask the question why 5 times. And we're going to actually do this with one of you, maybe 2 or 3 of you actually. One, we're running late on time, so I don't want to take everyone's time up. We're going to do it one person only. So think about if you want to volunteer for me. I'm going to help you do this right now. So let me explain how this works, and then we'll take a volunteer. Toyota's a master at this. If you look at any of the Toyota commercials, they have this down pat. Their marketing team asks the question why 5 times. Okay. So you go from a surface level problem down to the core problem. You got to ask yourself why or what at least 5 times until you're confident you have the real and complete answer to what might be creating your resistance in life, whatever your problem is. So let's take for example, I don't want to give it away, but you guys have this note, so you got the cheat sheet. But whoever's online, number 1, why is my car battery dead? Why is it dead? Or why is my car dead? It is not starting. Number 1, the battery's dead. So I could go buy a battery, and I saw some online if it was a truck, $588 for a truck battery. But does that really solve the problem? But then you put the battery in, you're like, oh man, it still died again. What the heck? I just bought a battery. I thought I solved the problem, right? Well, why did the car battery die? Why did the truck battery die? It was not charged. Okay. Well, why did it lose its charge? That's the 3rd why. The alternator failed. Oh, okay. So I need to go get a new alternator. It cost $629. All right, I'm good. I just spent $600 for a battery. I spent another $600 on an alternator. I'm $1,200 in at this point, right? My truck is gonna work. I'm gonna be able to haul my RV no problem now. Nope, it dies again. Why did it die? I just spent $1,200. Why did the alternator fail? Something broke on the alternator. Okay, well, what broke on it? What's wrong with it? I better go to the mechanic and see what the problem is. That was number 4. Number 5, why did the alternator break? The timing belt was the problem. A $10 part. Okay? You didn't need a new battery. You didn't need an alternator. You didn't need to waste $1,200. You only needed to spend $10. Now, if you had a school community and you were a mechanic and you wanted to sell these parts, these $10 belts, this is your exercise. Okay? This is the 5 whys for you. I bet you thought you had to change your battery. Nope. I bet you thought you had to do the alternator. Nope. I'm going to show you in just 5 seconds an actual part that will really fix your truck for just $10. Whoa, I want to join your community. That sounds great. Do you want to spend $1,200 or do you want to spend $10? I'm a licensed mechanic for over 32 years. Join my free school community. Right? Solving a real problem there. All right. So that's the concept here. Who wants to volunteer for me to help them with their 5 whys? Come off of mute. Don't all run at the same time.
Scaredy cats.
Yeah. Are you doing it, Basil? Is that
Yes,
how you say
sir.
it, Basil?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Basil.
cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Basil, we're going to do your 5 whys right now. You're on the spot. What is the problem you're solving?
Overwork, underpaid dads.
Okay. Why are they overworked?
Inflation has them struggling to provide for their families.
Okay. Why can't they make enough money?
Because they don't own their own economy.
Hmm. Why? What? What? It could also be what too. What would they need to do differently?
Change their mindset to change their skill set.
What's wrong? Why is their mindset wrong?
They've been taught to get an education and go find a job.
Why? I wish Matt Robbins was on here because he's done the same thing you're doing. He's almost exactly the same problem. And let me think of the other problem he asked. So the last thing you said was they need to change. Say the last thing again.
Change their mindset to change their skill set.
Okay. So what are they going to change? What's wrong with their mindset?
They're looking to go to somebody else to earn money instead of teaching themselves to make money. I think
Okay.
you understand
Say
what I'm
that.
saying, right?
Yeah. Say it again.
They've been taught to get a skill to go out to find a job instead of learning to earn money from themselves. Um, take their skills and empower them to create their own economy.
Why can't they do that?
Weren't trained to.
What kind of training do they need?
Your legacy builders program,
Why does the Legacy Builder program work for
step
them?
by step interactive training.
Okay. What will happen if they implement it?
Daily income,
Okay. Why aren't they implementing it?
fear.
Why are they afraid?
It's outside of their boundaries. It's something that's not taught.
What is the core problem of why they can't understand it?
It's ingrained in them to go to school, get a job, get a skill, and go work for somebody else instead of working for themselves.
What's one thing they can do to get out of that mind frame? Like, what's the thing that will shift it for them?
Change their environment.
What was their breaking point that caused them to want to make a change?
Struggling with bills, missing family,
What bill were they struggling with?
Uh, rent, groceries, car note, buying kids'
Now,
clothes.
now you're hitting. How many people could you be like? I mean, we went down 13 Y's there, by the way, or 14. Now you can make a post, Basil, where it's like, are you about to lose your house because you just don't make enough money? How many people will immediately be like, yeah, that's me? Does that feel different? You say it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You say it.
Absolutely. Are you ready to lose your home because you don't have enough money?
Now ask another question. What how does that feel? Or something like that. Ask then go a little bit deeper, one more level. Like, are
How do
you
you
about
feel? How do you feel about how do you feel? How do you feel if you how do you feel about getting ready to lose your house because of lack of income?
Ooh, that's good. Now tell them how they feel. Imagine you're about to lose your job and you already got the layoff notice and you're 3 months behind. Now say a post.
Oh wow. So you're 3 months behind on your rent. You just got your pink slip. You've already been missing your family. You've already overworked, underpaid. What are you going to do now?
How many people are ready to cry in the chat? Right? This is key. If you can make your customer cry, they will buy. Okay? You write that down. If you can make your customer cry, they will buy. And it's not because we're sadistic and we're like, hey, I'm going to take you through a terrible path. It's the connection. Did you guys feel that? I mean, this is like, whoa, I'm going to cry, right? Because you don't even know. And if he puts a name on that person like Jack, now let's go another level here. Jack's a Christian. He's hustling. He's reading his Bible every day. And he's going to be let go. He doesn't know why God is doing this. And he's 3 months behind and he's a welder. Oh, poor Jack, right? Like, oh, I can help you, Jack. There's a boat. Jack, there's a boat. I couldn't resist. Sorry, Titanic. But anyway. But that's the truth. Jack is about to literally financially die. His marriage might be at risk because his wife's going to leave him. Because, honey, if you don't get a job, I'm leaving you. You're a loser. Whoa, there's a whole nother pain point right there. So, Basil, you need to come up with 6 specific pain points for your customer. That could be 2 of them right there. One is you're about to let go, you're 3 months behind on your mortgage. Number 2 pain point could be, hey, your wife's going to leave you because you just got let go. And this is the 3rd job you've lost in the last 3 months. Woo! I'm about ready to cry for that guy too. That's John. Okay? Jack is going to lose. We already know to talk about Jack. Now we're going to talk to John. Okay? We're going to be like, John, do you feel no hope at night and you're going to lose sleep because you just got let go for the 3rd time in 3 months and your wife said she's going to divorce you? Whoa! This is like a soap opera, right? I mean, the waterworks. I'm trying not to cry. This isn't even a real person, and I'm crying, right? That's what you want. Do you feel the difference? Are you excited to go talk to those people? Because they're out there. There's $5 billion, 5 billion people on social media. Okay. We hear Michelle say this all the time. The problem is there's 5 billion people on social media. So if you're talking to the wrong 4.9999 billion people, you're never going to get a sale. You've got to get that 0.00001 of those 5 billion people. And the only way you're going to do that is by knowing 6 pain points, by connecting with them immediately. And what you do is, since there's 7 days in a week, one day you're talking to Jack. The second day, you're talking to John. The third day, you're talking to Paul. Does this make sense? And each person has their own pain point. Okay? Is that going to make you show up different? Put yes in the comments. Listen, if you don't show up, they're going to go through so much pain. Okay? You are the shepherd for them. You can save them pain. And there's sometimes in my TikTok videos like, I can save you pain. Don't do this, please. You hear the urgency there. Like, let me take the hit for you. I like saying that. And I think that really creates instantaneous connection. Let me take the hit for you. I know what it's like to lose 3 jobs in 3 months. I know what it's like for your wife to threaten you for divorce. But listen, there's a way. Let me tell you about what could be. And then you start talking about the transformation. You don't feature dump because they're going to check out. Listen to me. I used to sell cars. Used cars of all things, and new cars. But if you are feature dumping to a person who just wants to buy a $500 clunker, they're not going to buy from you. They'll be more like, hey, I saw you walk in. No offense, but you got holes all over your clothes. You just need a car, don't you? Yeah, here's $500. Okay, let's go write it up. How many people would be like, oh, here's this one. It's got gas mileage this. It's got all these cars, seats that are leather. And if you like, it's got a satellite XM radio and Line X in the cab and band box. And nobody cares. They're going to go to a different dealership. Your customers are in the same place. They're like, dude, I don't have time to talk to you. My wife is going to divorce me. You either have the answer or you don't. Wow, right? That's how it works. So Basil, your homework is going to be to come up with those other 4 pain points. I think you should use those 2. I think they're really good. They seem to connect with you. So you need to do 4 more pain points. And let me know what those are. Post them in the chat, and in the Legacy Blueprint Now chat when you figure those out. Just do a whole new post in the general discussion. Be like, hey, the Business Engine was awesome on Saturday. I learned about this, and here's my 6 pain points. Okay, can you do that for me? Okay, if you don't,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna come get you. All right, let's move on. We're gonna go to the tangibility test, and here's where we're gonna come in for our landing. Let's see here, because it's 9:56 already. I think I can start to cover this, and we should have another Business Engine meeting. And because what on my schedule, real quick before I cover this, in our community, and if you're joining us live, so this is the community, this is what it looks like in the classroom. There's all these scheduled here, and each night I chose 9 a.m. Central Standard Time every Saturday. So you can join me every Saturday via Zoom. But each week has a different focus. So Business Engine is just the first Saturday of the month. And so for the teachings, okay? And then we'll have a different Business Engine where it's somebody like James and Missy coming in and talking about Unbreakable Us. That'll be a different day of the week that we'll do that on. Because I want to be able to promote whatever's going on. And Basil, we can talk about you and whatever your passions are, and that kind of stuff in a different Business Engine where it's just all about you. And you and I need to meet and do a one-on-one and schedule that. James and Missy, I definitely want you guys to do a one-on-one so we can get a commercial of you guys talking about Unbreakable Us. That'll be throughout the week, anytime. Like I can schedule that anytime. Okay. And I'll just we'll put it in the comments in the community. People can join. We get a replay. I'll send you the replay. You can use it in your community. You can use it in your email. You can use it in your social media. It's really awesome. Okay. So next Saturday at 9 a.m. is spiritual. Yeah, thank you. I thank you guys. I can't wait to get with you. It's going to be fun. I love these guys. If you haven't joined James and Missy's group yet, you need to do that because everyone's in a relationship. Everyone is in a relationship. And if you're on TikTok right here, you listen to me, YouTube, you're listening to me, just go to school.com and look up Unbreakable Us. Unbreakable Us. And you'll see them. And this is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a replay of this. It's in the free section. Let me show you where it's at. So these Business Engine are right here. This is where the replays are. Okay, so this will be dropped in there. I'll try to get it in there within like an hour. Okay, because it takes a while to render this video with Zoom. Okay. Okay, so the second week of the month is, yes, they are awesome. Thank you, Denise. These guys are solid. Like, I read their stuff. Real quick commercial for James and Missy, and you guys can come off of mute for a second. Um, I read their stuff and I do it. Like, and it's making such a big difference in my marriage. Like, seriously, you guys are helping me a lot. You don't even know it. Like, I need to get on your guys' community and post more. But yeah, I feel like a leading from the Holy Spirit real quick. James and Missy, can you unmute for a moment? You don't have to show your camera if you don't want, but let's give you like a quick 1 minute hello, if you don't mind, if you feel okay to do that.
Hey, I'm at work, so
Thank you. Just give us a little bit of a taste of why they should come and enjoy your community.
well, we're teaching people how to strengthen their relationship and be business ready to be business partners instead of living life separately in the same household.
Wow. That's so big. And you've got a setup that's so beautiful, so safe, where
Thank
women,
you.
yeah, where women can meet with you one on one, and then
Yes.
men with James. So explain that real quick. Why do you do that?
Um, for the simple fact that just say you have an issue that you don't want to discuss in front of me, but you're more comfortable discussing with James. That gives an open area there for y'all to have a communication and for you can get some straight answers. And if you feel like, oh, you need a woman's perspective, then you can talk to me and I can let you know a woman's perspective, and and just grow from there.
I love it. That's so good. So good. So I just wanted to do a teaser. Thanks for coming off of mute because I do want to cover the tangibility test. But I had to give you guys a spotlight because you're making such a major
Oh,
difference and your a movement is really starting through you guys. Because one of the big things, I'll be finishing up in 10 seconds here, but this is the truth, guys. If the enemy can attack the relationships in the household, the kingdom of God's going to crumble because a house that's divided can't stand. So
that's
this is
right.
why it's so important to go support James and Missy because they're the bedrock of our whole society depends on what they're doing. That's so important. So thank you.
Thank you.
You
Thank you
bet.
so much.
You're welcome. More to come on them for sure. They're just getting started. So, all right. Speaking of Christianity and spiritual, going deeper with God, the second week of the month is going to be toward deepening your faith, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Next Saturday on the 10th, I'm going to be playing a recording from 2015 of my first mentor in life, Pastor Elmer Murdoch, that I haven't heard in years. I'm going to listen to it for the first time again. I was there when I recorded it, obviously, but it's a mentoring session that he's talking about spiritual gifts. And this was a man who started the three largest churches in Nebraska that are still going. Christ Community Church, Trinity Church, which is now Lifegate, Emmanuel Fellowship. So this is a guy where God, wherever God led him, um, explosive revival broke out, like for real. He was just a man who was a servant of God. That is such a cliche comment, but he really was the epitome of that. And I miss him. He's passed on. He's with Jesus now. But basically, I miss him every day. The whole like 90%. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome. The whole 90% of the filter of Christianity that I live by was set by Pastor Elmer Murdoch. He was actually the understudy of A.W. Tozer. If anyone of you know who A.W. Tozer is, Knowing God, look him up online. A.W. Tozer is one of the most prolific writers of Christianity. Wow, he's got so many good books. And he actually took over the church, from A.W. Tozer. And so he's the one that his step up to life is what I teach. I'm a leader in that. And that's how you lead people to the Lord correctly so they never fall away from their faith. I learned that from him. Okay. So that's going to start. We're going to cover that next week on the 10th. And the 17th is a paid option. You have to be on my premium level for the third week of the month. That is $97 a month. But we're going to go over Alex Hermosi's $100 million offer. There's 30 modules. This guy is the founder of school. Okay. And so that 30 weeks is going to be high powered with Alex Hermosi's videos, and we're going to go over them one at a time. And then the fourth week of the month is usually like a growth competition and kind of a party that where we celebrate what all happened in my community. At the end, we set the vision for the next month. And by the way, if you need to save the date, because our speaker treasury kicks off on January 29th with Becca. She is an expert on all things CapCut. If you've ever want to see those viral videos that are created where people are jumping into swimming pools or they're like opening their door and there's like fish in there instead of a driveway, but that's just scratching the surface. She is a huge six-figure earner plus because she is such a master at CapCut. If you want to take your editing to the next level, this workshop is for you. It's free to attend. There's a VIP option for 147 where you get to meet her, get to ask her questions. Only the VIP, if you've paid, can get that access. So there's 2 different meetings for that. And 147 is like 1 Starbucks coffee a month is all it is. And this, by the way, the 147 is for 12 speakers, not just Becca, but 12 for the whole year. Okay. So then I got payment plans for that. About 147 should not be. And if you want to talk to me when we're not talking here, I can tell you a way to get access to the VIP for free. Okay. So send me a direct message. And then on the 30th and the 31st, you know him, you love him. Mr. Daryl Hannah is going to be rocking your world with TikTok and how to listen. He has created overall between all his TikToks over 300,000 followers. And when he starts a new TikTok account, it's got to 8,000 in like a month or two. I mean, it's crazy. He knows how to do TikTok. It's insane. So he's going to be training all things TikTok about viral hooks. And he's going to be talking about the structure that he does to making his posts. But yeah, so that's 9 a.m. If you have any questions, I'm done with my commercial. I need to finish up the training because you guys are so kind. All right, so give me 10 minutes and I will finish the tangibility test. Okay. Gene, you're my timer. Okay. So let me get back to my notes. The tangibility test transformed everything. Remember how I've been like pitching? I've already given you 2 ways that you can transform your mindset when you're going to do your social media posts. Now, this is the linchpin, if you will. If you don't do this tangibility test, you'll only be like somewhat effective in the way that you post. Okay. All right. This is a mastermind thing. I paid thousands of dollars to get trained on this. You guys are paying nothing because I care for you and I want your success. And I want you to be involved with my community. That's the reason why I'm sharing this. And the only thing I ask is after we're done, you go post in my community something great that you learned today to get other people to join us on Zoom next time. Okay. That's all I ask. This tangibility test is where you define the problem. You've already done your 5 whys. Now we have like Basil. He's going to be like helping someone who is 3 months behind, got let go, and his wife's going to divorce him. That's like, whoo, that's his pain point. Now we're going to put that into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is going to give you 30 variations on talking points. Going to even write the script for you if you like on what you're going to say to make it a tangible connection point. Okay, so here's how this works. You've defined the problem, you own your market, don't chase money, solve a problem, and byproduct will be money. I've already said that. when you'll hear the tangibility message breakthrough, and it will turn your vague pitches into visual, punch you in the face clarity. You'll watch the room snap to attention when when you break down what their problem is and why people don't make money. Okay. Okay, that's kind of not word. I was thinking something else when I copied and pasted that. Sorry. So ignore that. If you don't know the real problem that you're solving, this exercise will teach you the real problem. And more importantly, basically, here's the prompt right here. What the tangibility test is, when you're presenting a connection point with your customer, is it tangible? For Michelle O'Neill, it was, I help, you've heard it a million times, I help moms never take a calculator to the grocery store. Okay. Some people, when she was teaching this, she was like, a lot of people were like, well, what about moms who are not taking a calculator to the grocery store? She said, there are so many moms that take a calculator to the grocery store. That's enough. That's more than enough. And she built $1 million empire on that in 17 months off of moms taking calculators to the grocery store. The reason why this works is that if you're a mom and you have to take a calculator to the grocery store, it's so tangible. Like, it's a special kind of person. You're like, oh my goodness, I don't know how much money is in my bank account. I better. And then she talks about a deeper pain point of that person, which was, I have my 2 kids with me. I calculated wrong. I had to put back some groceries. It was so embarrassing because there were 5 people behind me. Oh man, I want to cry, right? That poor mom. It's like, I just want to give that, I just want to pay the bill for that mom, right? Pay it forward, right? Why? Why do you want to cry there? Why? Because it's so tangible. Okay? It's so tangible. It's like an experiential. Like, there's an experience there. It's either happening or it's not happening. Okay? That's big. Listen, guys, if you get this and you keep master the mundane and you keep saying that message of, I had to put back the bread because I couldn't afford it. And there were 10 people online before and my credit card bounced. If you say that 1,000 times over, you will get at least 500 customers, at least. You will be tripping over money if you do this correct. And here's the key thing that they kept saying in the mastermind. Do not stop saying it. Keep saying it over and over again. Did you notice that when I said the same example twice, it didn't come out the same way? Because you can't. It's almost impossible unless you're memorizing a script and you're saying, you will always say it in a different way. You're still talking about the girl whose credit card declined, the people on the line behind them, the feeling. You probably throw out a different feeling word. I was so ashamed. That's a different word. I didn't say that last time. There were 10 people behind me. I literally started crying because I was so embarrassed. Oh, I'm starting to cry and I'm delivering the message. Okay. And that's how it should be. So tangible. There was another example where in the mastermind where someone said, I help mamas make money during nap time. Man, what is that right there? You're getting so specific. You're niching down. You're talking to moms. You're talking to moms who are young kids. Wow, that's really niching down. And the kids are taking a nap. And you have like 30 minutes or an hour to get online and make money. Wow, that's powerful. And that's how I came up with, I help people on the dead end jobs on their lunch hour discover the life purpose. So whoever's on a dead end job and they're praying for an answer and they're on their lunch hour and they only have 30 minutes to get the answer to life, they're immediately in with me. There's an instantaneous connection, right? Oh, I don't ever hear people do this on social media. I hardly hear people do this. Okay. So if you can do this and master it, you will make so much money. And it isn't even about the money. It's not about the money. It's about serving and helping others. Can you imagine if you're helping that person on their dead end job? Can you imagine, Basil, if they start to buy the legacy builder and they don't get divorced? Wow, right? It's a game changer. Show up for that person and don't ever stop saying that. Because I guarantee you, Basil, if you say that message 1,000 times, you're going to have customers. You're going to have somebody buy from you. It's going to happen because you're solving a problem. Now, there are other elements that we need to talk about to make sure you're hitting the right type of post and when you're posting it, how long the post is, and all the different technical elements of whichever social media that you're. I'm telling you the truth. Social media is like a science. You need a degree in it in order to do it right. Like seriously. But if you get what I'm teaching here today, these three things, you will be so further along than anybody else making social media posts. You will stand out so quickly. Even if you miss the mechanics on everything else I just said, you'll still get sales because you don't care about the sales anymore. Can you just care about the people? And people will recognize that. People will see Basil cares about me. Every time he posts, that's me. That's what we need, guys. And then you show up and then you have a different mindset because, oh, 10 people liked me. Some people would be like, oh, only 10 people saw this and liked me. Or they could be like, 10 people were encouraged by me today. I was the hands and feet of Jesus Christ today to 10 people. Wow. If those 10 people were in your living room with you right now giving you a hug, wouldn't that be amazing? Basil, you're so amazing, man. My marriage is saved because of you. Let me give you a hug. And there's 9 other people waiting to give you a hug in your living room. Wow, right? Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah. So here's the ChatGPT prompt. For the sake of time, I'm gonna put this on hold, and I because it's going too long. I have another meeting at 10:30, so I'm just gonna have you copy and paste this as your homework. And if you have any questions, let's start a discussion in my community. If you're not a member of my community yet in YouTube or um, on TikTok, you simply just need to get into my automations, which are right here at Legacy Blueprint Now. And oh, I can't even read this. Bear with me. I'm going to do commercial, guys. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. All right. Flip the camera around. There we go. So if you're on TikTok, it's that simple. Get into my emails, send me an email, and you go to legacyblueprintnow.com. Legacyblueprintnow.com. Just put your email in. You'll see a video from me. And then after you put your email in, it'll take you to a video of my mentor, Michelle O'Neill, that I've been talking about already. And then you'll be, if you're ready to make a decision, buy. If you're not, I love you where you're at. Send me an email. Let's talk. Join my free school community. There's no risk. You can get to my free school community right here. This is how you get to it. I'm going to send you an email at the very bottom. You scroll all the way down to where I say a PS, join my free school community. It's in the bottom of every single one of my emails because I want you guys to know me, like me, trust me. And the fastest way you can do that, everyone who's live on Zoom with me, they're all in my community. And what you guys, come off of mute. All of you come off of mute and say one cool thing that you like about Legacy Blueprint Now, the community that God's doing through me.
Your time's up, Alan.
Oh, 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. You're such a good steward. I love it. That's a good transition there. 30 seconds, everybody. What's one cool thing you like about Legacy Blueprint Now? Go ahead.
Step by step.
That's good. Gene?
The mentor and leader of the community. You have such a refreshing spirit.
I appreciate that. You're so nice. James and Missy, if you can't come off, you can text it into the chat. What is one cool thing you like about the community? Put you on the spot. They may be busy. She might be doing something. Denise, are you still here? Yeah, Denise, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead and say something real quick. Go ahead.
I agree with Jean, and I love how you got us spiritually through doing our content and how to rely on God's guidance. Um, it means a lot to me
Awesome. That's so good.
because that's why I started this, is because God showed me the legacy builders, and I told him that I would use it in his glory. So, you don't find many of them that, you know, got it spiritually like you're doing. And that's great.
Thank you. That's so wonderful. James and Missy say they love everything about the community. Wow, that's a good commercial there. They said in the chat, they said they like the prayers, the support, the amazing people. Oh, that's so good. Man, you guys are gonna make me cry. And what I love about it too is the daily devotionals, the daily prayer, and the daily business, all three of those things. And you guys are the best thing I love about it, because I wouldn't have a community without you. And it's my honor and privilege to serve you. So I'm going to bring things in for a landing right now. Does anyone have any final questions? We covered a lot today. Wow. Okay. So the homework is going to be do 6 pain points for your perfect customer after you do the 5 whys. So first, number 1, do the 5 whys. Number 2, once you figure that out, do 6 pain points for those people. It could be 6 different people, however you want to do that. Or it could be one person that has a really bad life. That could be whatever. God will tell you how to do that. And then the third thing that you want to do for your homework is you want to do the tangibility test. Now, that one takes a little finesse because you're going to have to go back and forth with ChatGPT, which is why I'm not going to do it right now. Because when we were in the mastermind, we literally took 3 hours on doing the ChatGPT stuff. It was 3 hours long. Okay. Because we were going through like 2 or 3 people, and it took 3 hours to do it. But once those people went through that exercise, they were like busting through walls like the Kool-Aid man, like for real. Like, I can't wait to go post. Yeah, that tangibility test changes everything. It's so huge. I can't wait to hear what your tangible. What it does is it gives you like 10 different tangible situations. Like Michelle's, not just the calculated or grocery store, but for hers, it could be something like, I wanted to buy my kids. We were in the store at a mall and they wanted something for Christmas, and I had to say no. I can't afford the $10 stuffed animal. Right? How many women out there, parents, are like, a no mom is what she says. I can't do it, honey. We don't have enough money. Whoo! Do you see how tangible that is? You're like there. You're like, you want to go give that person a hug. That's what makes this so different with your posts. If you do these 3 things, you are going to be unstoppable with your posts. And by the way, community owners, you do the same thing for your community. The same thing. The same exercises for your community. This stuff works. I do it with you guys, and you don't even know I'm doing it. I need to do more of it, All right, so that's all I got for today. I know it's been a marathon. Thank you for your time. 1 hour and 20 minutes. You're so gracious. I'm going to take just 1 minute. I'm going to pray for you guys. We'll end the recording, and we'll get going on with our day. If any of you still have time, there is a watch party going on next with the online wellness store that I'm going to be going live and with them. And I don't expect you guys to be there because you've already given me 1.5 hours already. But if you happen to have nothing else to do, you're welcome, Denise. There is a watch party and there will be a replay. So if you're tapped out, you can catch the replay. But basically, if you want to join me live, I'm going to go in 8 minutes. I'm going to go to the wellness store. They're doing a kickoff for their party for New Year's. So God, thank you for today. Thank you for these awesome people that have joined us online on TikTok and YouTube, as well as my faithful people in the community that you've blessed me with. Would you bless and anoint their time for the rest of the day? Would you add back 100 times more productivity, more excitement, more focus than ever before in Jesus' mighty name? That they would pursue you like never before. You would add back the time to them that they invested today. May they be encouraged. May they know that they have a path that they're on, that you want to prosper them, not to harm them, that you want to comfort them. You want to hold them like only you can do, Heavenly Father. We are so excited about what you'll do this current year, sorry. And we step into it right now. We receive the things that you want, the wisdom that you want to teach us, and we implement it. We will run with this. That is our commitment to you. We pray this all in Jesus' mighty name. Amen and amen and amen and amen. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. You guys are great. If you need anything, hit me up in the chat and send me a direct message anytime, okay? All right. See you guys. God bless.